rest.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I said Arnold must be resting.
Yeah. Forgive me tonight, family. I'll bring my letter from my parents on my absence for these last 2 weeks. Had death in the family and certainly the block celebration, and it was a huge success. And thanks to our 15th district council member DeAndre coming out, and Steve, of course, got his award. DeAndre, he just didn't know how to act. I He had me shedding tears last night.
No, it was.
Yep.
Oh man, what happened? You dropped out, huh?
No, I just said he had me shedding tears.
Oh man, what happened? What did he do? You had a speech?
Yeah, he gave a speech, DeAndre.
Oh, okay, beautiful. That's what's up. Who are you talking about?
Steve Robinson.
Talking about me? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said DeAndre got an award. I'm like, I missed that part. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I ain't got an award for nothing from NAC in so long. Matter of fact, I haven't gotten an award from NAC. You know what? That is, even when Miss Fan was alive, I can't say I ever got an award for being with the organization. But I tell you one thing, I'm gonna get an award for. I'm the longest standing member now. At one point, it was George Harper, but he passed in 05. He was back. He started in 72 with them. So
right.
30 years, 35 years, 30,
right.
33. So I got 34 years, so I'm probably the longest standing member now. George he was one of the originators. The Fan had a good 20-something years. 25. But hey, the math adds up and the years add up and go by. It's a joyous thing.
And them kids had a great time because most of the kids, believe it or not, is on the 5th round from the church going west to Central. I mean, you couldn't find 10 kids east of that church, you know. But everything turned out okay because the surrounding community came out. We had James Brown and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, some impersonators. I missed them.
Oh yeah, oh man, and we had 2 other singers. I forgot their names because after I went west, they helped me the rest of the time for about an hour and a half. Believe it or not, down on 5500 block because they had the borough bull riding contest with the bounce houses.
Where was this at?
On 5500 on our end down there on 55. I had to show some love down there as well. So Murray, thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What?
You went down that way, didn't you, DeAndre?
Yeah. I went down there.
Yeah, they brought another bull riding bounce house, and they actually we had 4 bounce houses out.
Right.
Take that salad and all that other stuff. Take that potato salad. Yeah. But next year it's going to be even bigger and more diverse because I'm working on having a mariachi band, which was shared with me, and some other groups. So I don't have to go looking for them now.
Right. Who else came out? Constance Davis showed up, right?
Yeah, him and Richard.
Richard Borkin, Commissioner Richard Borkin. Former Commissioner Richard Borkin in the 1st District, he showed up. Who else was there? Mr. Ricky, Uncle Remus.
Yeah, well, Patriot, Mr. Gus Rickett made 98 actually last week, and we want to, celebrate his longevity and blessing on this great earth and his inspiration and motivation toward, his ideas and so many years of service. And, working with so many people that he has helped over the years and decades. And so we honored him yesterday with a plaque and award as well.
What about who else is there? Dr. Hafiz.
Who you say?
Dr. Hafiz.
Oh yeah, he spoke. And just a great communicator. He stayed on point with the message of health. And he threw in some politics and just, encouraging everyone to please sign up to vote and just do something. Register people, call your loved ones local and far and other states. And like you say, just we had one or two other people come on, talked about it as well. So I know I didn't do a lot because obviously my voice, man, it was working me yesterday, but that's all right. For the people, by the people, I'm other people, so.
Right.
It was all good. And just, I tell you what, it's a great feeling now that we've done 4 decades or generations. I had 2 or 3 of them when they were younger as shorties, and then they were out there early in our block club history days. And now they have children. And then those children had children. They say, "Oh, Mr. Beard, you remember?" I say, "Man, don't tell my age."
It's getting to those years where I was just thinking the same thing. You got great grandparents around now.
Yeah.
That's a unique thing. They have great grandparents. You got grandparents, you got great grandparents, and you got great grandparents around.
Well, in Mr. Ricketts' case, his go to the 6th great.
What?
And yeah, he said something like 200 some siblings, for that history. And I know he ain't, just talking, because the other week they were all here pretty much. Checking in like on checking, to sign in or check in for work.
So you saying 200 grandkids?
Well, and he talked a little about that, how he has populated the earth in his way of saying it. As a result of him starting offspring population, so yeah, a lot.
Arnold, are you saying he has 200 grandkids or 200 siblings?
Siblings. I'm just saying from him, his seed or him starting it. He talked about that. He said he don't feel bad. He did what he was supposed to do: be fruitful and multiply.
Wait a minute. You understand what he's saying?
Yeah, as a result of him, all these people came along as a result of him starting,
Right. Oh, okay. All right, I got what you're saying now. I thought you said he had 200 siblings. From his mom and dad. I got you. Yeah,
I'm going to jump off. I got a call from a family member, and I tune back in.
Hey, go ahead. So,
all right.
The other thing that's going on, y'all, is, and I want somebody to jump in, we need to talk about the DNC. Did anybody get a chance to go to the DNC? Anybody? Reverend Jake, did you get a chance to go?
Can you say that again, please?
I said, we were speaking of the DNC, and I was questioning, did anyone go to the DNC this week?
Yes, sir. I was there with the congressman.
Okay. So, Lightner, how was it? What happened? What was the get down?
Well, first of all, let me thank you for asking me to share. I went on the first night, and on the first night, the President of the United States spoke, President Biden. President Biden was spot on. He explained to the American people the reason why he decided to sit out running for another term. And the best thing about it is that when he decided to do so, to me it was a gallant move of self-sacrifice, thinking on behalf of other people other than himself. Kind of reminds me of a man that I call Jesus. Every time I get a chance to talk about him, he sacrificed himself for the world. So in addition, the people were there in big numbers. It was so many people. I couldn't sit with the congressman because they separated us when we went through security. I don't know how it happened, but they took congressman through security. I went through security, and when I stepped out of security, he wasn't there. It was as if they came with some type of a vehicle without us seeing it, and they got him in there so quick. I said, man, they knew what they were doing. And then they sent me to the third level once we got in. And there I was able to, it was a little hard seeing the stage directly because it looked like a little person on the stage, but I was very fortunate to be directly across from this big screen that they had, and there, I sat in a section where mostly people from Mississippi were, and I'm so glad that I did because I hadn't eaten anything all day long. But Mississippi, thank God for Mississippi, man. They had stuff in their purse, man. They reached in their purse and they started pulling it out, and they kept pulling out stuff, man. I said, oh man, I'm so glad I sat in that section, boy. They took care of me, you know. Yeah, they said, you got any folks that was from Mississippi? I said, yeah, my grandfather. They said, yeah, we're gonna take care of you. So anyway, moving forward, on that same night, Hillary Clinton spoke. She was awesome as well. She had enough experience to be able to say that she's going to tell Ms. Harris what to watch out for during the debate. and knowing that Trump is going to try to walk behind her, just like she did, like he did when she was running, and she said that she gonna tell her what to do when that happened. So I was excited about that. I can't wait to know what she told Ms. Harris to do, Vice President Harris, and and then there were certainly other speakers, but it was the feeling that I got. I felt that winning spirit again.
Right.
I felt the motivation. I felt um, the pride of those women from Mississippi. Man, they were just so glad to have a woman running, and it just was a wonderful experience, and something that I can't fully describe, but I can truly say that there's a better day coming. And Congressman had me to go and represent him in D.C. This week, and I'm just getting back. Um, but it was a great time with the DNC. A lot of different activities that the congressman had at different venues, and the Senessus Hotel was the location that Illinois delegates were, and Congressman had his reception there, and man, people were just turned on. And so, I guess all we can say is that the congressman was a great host, as always, and he did an excellent job. And I'm just so proud of him as our congressman. Thank you.
Well, let me ask you, where is this hotel located?
Oh, the Senessus Hotel was on Wacker, something like 71 on Wacker, and man, they treated us royally.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they treated us royally, and it was packed out. People were from everywhere, man. Um, they came. Congressman had us set up a whole lot of different events all across the congressional district. He didn't want us to go out of the district, but it was just so awesome that everyone did their part. I mean, from the fraternities, the Divine Nine over at New Zion Baptist Church, to the event at Senessus Hotel, the Chinese or the Asian groups had a also group. Just different places, different groups, and we just said, man, what a real awesome time, and I really think that the congressman certainly has a great team that he's developed, and they're doing it, and now we're just gearing toward the back to school parade on August 31st at Columbus Park, and we're going to have a time there.
So you, to say the least, you had a great time.
Had a great time. Had such a great time that I just I was very, very happy that the people that I went to high school with put the convention together here in Chicago. Mignon and was one of the co-chairs and just did such a beautiful job, man. So and I also had classmates that are in the Secret Service, and they did a marvelous job with putting together the strategy to make everybody safe. I mean, it was just good that a lot of this that was happening. Chicago had a lot to do with it. I mean, and they showed that they were not any neophytes, but they were some people that learned a lot on the journey, and so
I have to say that Illinois, Chicago people, they showed up and showed out. I mean,
they did.
Think about it. We had Hillary's from Park Ridge. We had, obviously Brisker. We had, who else? Barack and Michelle.
Yeah, man, they did their job. They did it right.
I'm just saying, everybody from Illinois showed up and showed out.
Yeah, they certainly did. They certainly did. Man, Chicago, even Oprah Winfrey got down,
Winfrey was back to say something, which is amazing in itself.
Yeah.
Came out and said something. Who else was there that was something that we didn't expect?
Well, it was a lot of folks there, and I can't even spell it out. It was just so well organized. The band was just awesome, man. As different folks came out, they played different tunes. Yeah.
One thing I know for sure, they had some really good music. I mean, unlike the Republican convention, they were just playing. I don't know what the heck they were playing, but I know.
So what happened at the convention?
Well, the convention was a great success.
No, I'm acting like in what way? Because I heard y'all say the convention, they got down. Everybody had a funky good time, and the music. What besides all of the music and the goodness? Like, what was the event about? Like, what was the information? I get the music was good. That's cool that y'all got the dance, but what was the other stuff?
The information was Republicans get out the way because we are here to stay, and you ain't gonna get a better day than the one with a Democrat. That was the message.
Yeah, we did a platform that was so outstanding that every speaker, I mean, it was like a puzzle, putting it together for those things that we've been fighting for, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, the child tax credit, that should we win, which we will, it will allow those young people that were receiving dollars, for each child, which would be $300, if the parents made under $75,000, that each child would be given that support, and all of these things mean better health care, better living conditions for people, and that just runs down so many different roads, from improving things such as the Second Chance Act and all that. So yeah, we've got a lot invested in our future if we just hold on, and vote and exercise our rights.
And that is the case, right? Well, I was surprised to see there were some Republicans there. They let them speak.
Yeah, that was a surprise that there's some that have actually flipped, and they spoke, and that they're coming on our side for us to have a victory. Now, that's important because, Kennedy just made his decision to endorse Trump, and so that is trying to sway the independent vote that was supporting Kennedy to try to get an edge.
To explain this independent vote, because I don't understand it. I never see how it works.
Well, in short, Kennedy was a Democrat. His family has been Democrat down through the years. And he was going to run as a Democrat, but he decided to run as an independent. And then we found this week that he decided to accept a deal offered by Trump. And so now his attempt is to take the people that were supporting him, which he called independent, to vote for Trump.
Is that what independents do? They follow the independent candidate? I mean, somebody, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I thought independent means you do what you want to do.
Right. You have to do, let's hope so. Let's hope they make their own mind up.
I mean, that's what I thought it always meant. I didn't think you follow the independent candidate. When was the last time an independent candidate won?
Oh, it must have been 200 years ago.
I don't even think they had an independent category.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
Is George Washington independent?
No, he was with the Whig Party.
The Whig Party, gotcha.
No, that was the party back then. They were called, there was a Whig Party, there was a Blue Coat Party or something. They were just developing the party, so they didn't know what to call it. But hey, that's it. We're gonna get some clarity. We're gonna get it straight. We're gonna get it cracking, as they say.
You went, Steve, to the DNC?
Oh no. To tell you the truth, everybody asked me, they were like, Steve, we just expected you to be there. For some reason, I'm more of a let's get it done and be in the ground. And I don't know. I've had an opportunity 20 years ago to go to the DNC, but I did not see it as something that I wanted to do. I don't know. Now the after the party I've gone to plenty of presidential election party, you know, down at the Hilton, and we like I said, we hosted a party 20 years ago. No, more than 20 years ago. When was the last DNC? 25 years ago, something like that. So yeah, we hosted one in Columbus Park. I got to tip my hat to Reverend Jackson because I don't know if I could have done all that security, get dropped off, get picked up, background check, free background check, all these things. I don't know. To me, it's a little much. And I don't think it was quite 25 years ago. No, 30 years ago. How long ago was the last one? 1998? 98 was
yeah, when President Clinton was president, yeah.
It was in 98. 98 or 90.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was glad to witness it and to report back to you what was going on.
Right. Well, I mean, we had some good people there that could actually give us some inside truths. I heard P-Ray was there.
Yeah, I saw some faces, man, and blowed you away. What's the name of the movie director that used to have a lot of black actors, like
Spike Lee?
Yeah, Spike Lee. I saw him there. Matter of fact, Spike bought some gym shoes from my cousin while he was here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have a cousin who works at a gym shoe store.
Right. So you talking about another black director producer?
No, it was Spike Lee.
Oh, that's who it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, all the big guns came up, starting out, what they say, showed up, showed out.
Yeah, definitely. And Congressman Davis was on the spot. You got to give him credit, man, at his age, man, going every day and nonstop going to different workshops and parties and everything else. The brother is amazing. He is truly amazing.
Yeah. I saw him yesterday at Arnold's Block Club party, 5400 block of Gladys. He was out there for that event. And showed up and showed out. But, you know, let's stay on task a little bit with the idea of DNC. So this is what got me. I seen this with my own eyes. I saw this. Donald Trump shows up on television and says, well, why aren't the Democrats talking about the issues? So why are they not talking about the policies? And why are they talking about me? They said I shouldn't do this. Because you don't do that. Because you don't do it. All you ever do is talk about people and make fun of them and joke around and talk like somebody's granddaddy or whatever they say. Mm-hmm. Now, that's something that comes out of his mouth as if he didn't like that. But then again, you're talking about the same man that called Hillary Clinton a crook and Joe Biden a crook. He's the one that got the felonies. I mean, he got the indictment and the conviction.
Mm-hmm.
And even before now, he had all these indictments and things against him. I'm like, man, that's just how the pot calls the kettle, right? That's how you deflect. That man is the master of deflection. It's like, you talk about everybody else, but you see people stupid, don't see what the stuff. Label needs to say flaws. He ain't got no flaws. He's just stupid. You know, flat out stupid.
Yeah, I mean, is it wrong? Okay, hold on. Let's just be fair. You know, Trump has said some crazy stuff. Yes, he has. I'd agree. He's lied too. You know what I'm saying? He's lied. What I like about Trump though, when you see him lie, you know he lying. What I don't like about some of our Democratic people, and I think Democrats could be really good. First of all, I think the Democrats can really smoke the Republicans because they are for more for the people. I'm not negating that. They are more for the people and Republican. Well, it's kind of hard to say because Abraham Lincoln was a Republican and he freed. So it's kind of hard to say. But the preconceived notion is the Democrats is for the people. But is it wrong for him to say why she not talking about policies? Because me, it's a slap in the face as a black person. I wouldn't mind voting for Kamala. She got a black father and an Indian wife. She's a minority, double minority, right? But I would like to hear, hey, what are your policies, sweetheart? I know you look good. I know you cook greens in a bathtub. I know you brought Megan Thee Stallion, and I know you catering to black people. You bring a music festival. Black people gonna eat that up. They're gonna eat that up. I know my peoples. Y'all love partying and festivities. She got y'all on that. But it's some of us, like myself, who are a little bit more on the policy side. Hey, what are you gonna do for the country? Because I don't want to hear nobody whining and crying when she get in and she doing stuff that goes against the black community. Well, she let all these. I don't want to hear it. He should be asking what because you can go to her website. You don't see her policy. You can go to Donald Trump's website and see his policy. That is very important. We need to know what this woman gonna do because I don't want to hear no hollering, no crying when she in here doing stuff. Go ahead.
The problem is no one likes Donald Trump's policy. I'm gonna build a wall. I'm gonna take $100 billion and build a wall, and Mexico gonna pay for it.
You don't like that idea, Steve? That somebody else is gonna be because they bringing in. Hold on, wait a minute. They bringing in fit. Okay, let me ask you a question, then, Steve. Do you like the fact that it's fit? Because the last 3 of my relatives died off fentanyl. Do you like fentanyl in the Austin area, or would you like it? Would you like to see fentanyl not in our? Would you like to see that decrease?
I don't like no drugs.
Okay, cool. So in order to combat that, you must build some type of security barrier. Every country got some type of barrier. Go and try to cross Mexico and see what happened to you. Matter of fact, I remember a story. I think Dr. Dre, he was going to Canada. They was all at the man, searching all type of doing all type of extra stuff. But our country, you could just walk over. And then y'all see what happened. Did y'all see that article where the Venezuelan gang members in Chicago took over a building and kicked all the black people out the building?
No,
this is serious.
That wasn't true. It wasn't true.
So it wasn't true that it was a gang of Venezuelans. It was on the news, Steve. And come on.
There are gangs of Venezuelans in Venezuela. So that's true. They are gangs of Venezuela. But as far as taking over a building and kicking somebody out, that wasn't true.
So that did not happen. Okay, so the 3 news publications that I seen was all lying. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
But because I saw the same thing, and it was another one. They just showed some Spanish-speaking looking people standing outside. Then they showed another clip with some black people with bags in their hands. Then they showed the building. So it's supposed to be these people, the building, and black people. So what part of this? And it was supposed to be somewhere out in the east or the west coast, Seattle or something. I don't know. I'm like, we gonna sit here and just keep creating a boogeyman. You know.
So also, so you don't believe the migrant situation is a problem for Black people?
Oh no, we got a problem. Ain't no doubt. That seriously is a problem. But what I'm not gonna do is let other people propagate the issue to the point where they make it big, the boogeyman more than what the real issue is. And the
Yeah,
real
but
issue,
if you go ahead.
and the real issue is America don't have enough people to work. Oh, man.
No, I don't know about that. No, Steve, man, come on.
No, Steve. No, we don't. We don't have enough people to work because people here don't want to work.
That is not true, Steve. We want to work. You know the unemployment is high right now, right? You know a lot of tech is high. A lot of tech people are firing people. Artificial intelligence is firing people. Like my local bro, Steve. I remember 2005. Yes, indeed. I worked at Walmart. There was no self checkout. Now there are only like 3-4 people working, and it's all self checkout. It's a lot of what it is they not trying to. A lot of us Blacks ain't trying to do certain manufacturing jobs that they gave off to China, and now they got bad relationships with China. Now they're like, oh, we need to start building infrastructure here. They know we don't want certain people don't want to work them type of jobs. It's an equality of life. You know what I'm saying? You got high inflation and you got low paying jobs. Nobody should have to accept a low paying job. That's the problem, Steve. Why not? Because it doesn't coincide with the medium income.
Still, go and get an education. Go and learn something. Money ain't gonna just drop in your pocket.
Well, you sound like a Republican. I like that, Steve. You sound like a Republican, brother.
No, it sounds like somebody that
But and you sound like a Republican. And you know what? And you live the life of a Republican. You went to school, you're educated, you're married, you got an ownership. You're a white man.
That ain't the life of a Republican. Life of a Republican is to make sure all they get is what they want and exclude. They don't want. Republicans don't want nothing to no black. You said something about George Abraham Lincoln was Republican. You know what? Cain and Abel were brothers. Till one of them killed the other. They ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, the past of what people doing well. Some people used to be gangbangers. Are you still gangbanging? We ain't talking about what you was and what it was. It's a new day, another life. People change. Some change for the better, some change for the worse. We hope for the best, but we can't, you know, I don't even understand that when people talk about Abraham Lincoln was a Republican, and then there were tons of Republican black senators and Congress. Okay,
he was.
But it don't mean nothing. It means nothing. It means what was your heart about? What was your mind and heart together about?
Emancipation. He freed you.
But what was the real reason why he freed you? It wasn't because he liked black people.
I agree with you, but that man freed you. Nonetheless. If I ask you for $1,000, but I know you didn't want to give it to me, but you gave it to me, I'm still happy you gave it to me. Oh, I'm cooking. I'm gonna cook tonight.
You don't think you cooking with
I'm gonna cook tonight.
You gonna get burned up. That's what you gonna happen. With pork fat. No, but the reality is there's no such thing as a free lunch. So if I gave $1,000, you know something coming with it. Something coming with it. No, it's the reality of life.
I agree with that.
You know, we pontificate about all these erroneous things when at the end of the day, who was that? I think it was Joaquin. Said everybody gonna get some. Now a lot for a little bit. I think it was. Yeah. That's the reality. Everybody gonna get some. A lot was little bit. But we got people out here. I went to a block party in Maryland, and there were some people that were trying to, they were grandstanding for political seats. Like there was a guy out there, he was running against the current, the incumbent mayor. So he came around and talked to us. Then there was a white lady that was with him. I thought he was part of her campaign. She just started spewing out all this crazy. Well, people need to come out and vote. We only have 16% of the people in Berwyn that vote. And there's 55,000 people in Berwyn and none of it. I'm like, but ma'am, you do realize 55,000 people, you got to take at least 20-some thousand of them are children that cannot vote. Well, no, the youth shouldn't vote. The youth shouldn't, they don't do nothing else. You hear what I just said? Everybody in Berwyn are not over 18 and above. And considering you have a large Spanish-speaking population, you might have more children. You probably got 5 to 1 when it comes to adults. Or at least 3 to 1 minimum. So do the math. So she's going on and on. These young people don't want to do anything. They don't want to go and earn anything. They want you to. I'm like, man, I said, it's a function of society. We are the effect of what we have today. She goes, yeah, you guys made them like that. Oh, okay. We got it. So then she said something. I worked hard. My mother, we slaved overseas and made stuff, work hard. We had farms and that. I said, man, the last time I checked, the hardest working person I ever seen and heard of was a slave. What I say that for? Well, you know what the slaves are? The majority of the slaves are in Africa. As much as I'm like, I ain't seen nothing about what they look like. I just said they slaves. Then she got off and you had to go there and talk about the black. I ain't saying nothing about the black slave. I'm saying slave, period. Person that's doing something and getting nothing out of it that has no freedom. So, what are we talking? She's just going on, badgering. I said, look, won't you do this? Since you ain't satisfied where you live, how much you want for your house? Well, I don't want to sell it. I said, no, money talk. How much you want for your house? Well, what you trying to say? You can't live over here? I ain't saying nothing like that. I want your house. Now, how much you want to sell it? If I can shut you up and get you gone. She didn't want to talk about that. Well, I'm like, the first thing, next thing she told me how much she wanted for it. I was like, okay, let's go make this deal happen. So the first thing we'll do is tear it down, put a trailer home on top of it. I'm like, man, you can't win with people that think they, she started just harping on everything. That's why nobody want to vote. They don't want to vote your candidate because you talking stupid.
But you know what? That's a lot of the black community. They don't like to, for some reason in our community, doing research and understanding things that are more not at a surface level, but at a deeper level than the surface. You get questioned, and I don't know if that's just our community, because growing up, I was raised by a single mother, but even some of the mothers who wasn't single mothers, or even some of the men, you can't question us like black people. Like as a child, if you said why something, you would get smacked up. So it's like, I think black people just don't question things. They just accept things face value too much. And I've never been like that. You know what I'm saying? And people, they used to be like, oh, he's getting smart. How I'm getting smart for asking why?
I'm not understanding where you're going with this. Like you said, that lady she was white.
Oh, she was white?
Oh, yeah. She was most definitely white, feeble-minded, and all.
Oh, well, shit. You know what? She could fit right in with my family, because I know a lot in our type of family ecosystem. You can't really do a lot of questioning.
But, she just harped on everything. It's like, you're mad because you don't have enough voters. You're mad because young people ain't doing what you want. You're mad because the black man want to buy your house. You're mad because the black man asked about slavery. You mad. So how about I help you out? Sell me your house so you can get the hell up out of here and find out where to go. Because obviously, I'm on top. 8% of the people on the block was Hispanic. Why you still here? Just to sit here and harp on stupidity? That was what it was. Obviously, it ain't gonna be what you trying to make it be because you don't have the right approach.
And she lived in the hood. She lived in the Austin area. I mean, or the West Side.
In Berwyn, I went to a block party in Berwyn yesterday, and right around not too far from Trey House. What's that? Newport lockdown. From the city, but she just thought she was in an enchantment land or something. I'm like, hey, you ready to get up out my face with all this crazy because you really don't want to talk about this with me.
You know what? Some of them be fed up. Some of them people be closeted racists, man. They be like real fed up, and they be wanting to just get it off to you. Like she had an opportunity to get what she been feeling, what she been harboring. Like, you know what? I need to get this off.
I think you're right about that because the family that I was sitting in front of their house, she decided, I think she lived right across the street. She do this all the time. I'm like, what? And y'all let it? I'm like, I'm gonna be the one to put the end to it. This ain't necessary, man. It's not necessary.
Yeah, I was on the phone with my mom earlier, and while she in the grocery store, a white dude started talking to her about politics and started talking to her about Kamala Harris. And I say, now listen, Ma, I might be a Trump supporter, but I don't like white people Trump supporters because some of them be looking like he was talking about Kamala and she's not really black and all of this. I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear from you, bro. I'm like, Mom, some of these white people be just trying to get what they've been wanting to get off to a black person. They be wanting to get it off, you know what I'm saying? And they attest it with you by talking about certain things.
Look, they tried to talk and say this woman ain't really a woman. She's not really motherly. She's not really it's like, what is what? You can say a lot of things about a lot of people, but at the end of the day, why does it matter?
Hey,
well,
Steve.
Go ahead.
Hey, Steve. I mean, when you say why does it matter, one of the things I think that us as African Americans just need to work on, I'm always talking about the business aspect. I just feel like, we're coming out of, I think you made a point earlier how people don't really want jobs. I'm not gonna say that they do or don't. I just think that the areas where we as African Americans have more expertise, I think those jobs are few and far between. Because I think if you probably look back, we probably held a lot of those McDonald's jobs, those factory jobs and things like that. And I think now people are like, nah, I'm tired of doing that, right? We live in the world of like a lot of excess. People just feel like they could get the money, just probably just coming. But my question is, let's say if Kamala, part of her policy is that is gonna overall hurt the economy, which is gonna like tax you more, would you then still vote for her just because you wanted to vote for somebody? Or what about voting that you gotta feel before you say, okay, I'm gonna vote for this person or that person?
Well, I always put my interest most importantly, but my interest is people.
Right. Okay. So let's hold that. So if you're interested in people, what about like Kamala? Because I don't follow these people. What about her that you feel like is going to be an overall help to your people?
I think we're going to have an opportunity to take back the house. And once we take back the house, we can start correcting a lot of the wrongs that have been put in place in the last few some of these wrongs have been in place since Obama. That's because the house was primarily the Republican House. But we got an opportunity to take it all back, get some processes and procedures in place, so we can kick some things down, kick the door down and make some things happen.
Right. But so what? Well, what do she bring to the table that make you feel like the stuff she's bringing to the table is going to allow y'all to take the House back? And what is taking the House back for Black people actually look like?
Well, I'm saying if it allows Democrats to get the seats they need, we can vote on things like for me. I just said a lot of people don't want jobs. But most of the time they don't want the job because they think it's what he said. Ain't enough money. I need this, I need that. Yeah, but you gotta do a little bit to get this and get that. Maybe we can start paying people to go to school. How about that? Pay somebody to go to school so that when they get out, they can make more money.
But all right, so I think that whole idea of even like sending people to school to make more money, that's kind of far-fetched, like I'm pretty sure a lot of people who went to school and they still, even when the economy collapsed, they still was in a poor condition. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you vote for a president or whoever you vote for, if your interest is the people at large, that's the economic system. Like I think, and again, this is just my thoughts. When you vote for somebody, you should be voting for the overall health of the United States. I think because we so like selfish in our thought process, we like, man, I'm gonna vote for the person that's gonna do something for me. But we live in America, and it's like, how can you look at one human being to supersede what America is and has been for the longest? And it's like when you vote a president, that person has the lifeblood of America, not just Black or white. And it's like for us to still be like years and years later saying, oh, they're gonna give us what we want. And y'all say it all the time on the show, there's no uniformity, there's no what we want as a singular thing. So that's why I was saying when you say, well, it's like how do the people make their voices known if it's not through like money and donations? Because you already know the president to be, they listening to whoever donate the most money. That's the argument, and that's the side that they're on. Okay, who needed what? So let's say Kamala Harris, she gets voted in. But now we got to look at, well, who was her biggest supporter? Now, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I probably would venture it's going to be a lot of like, LGBTQ people, IA people that's really going to be support. So whose cause going to get heard? Is it going to be us, the people like, yo, we need jobs and we need this? Or is it going to be the trans people who like, no, we need stricter rules for people doing something to us or targeting us as a hate? Like that's what I'm saying. Where does it lies when we, the people, ain't got the finances to get the people in our pocket, so to speak?
Why can't it be all? Why can't it be some for this one, some for that one, some for this one, some for that one?
Because that's not how America works. We want it to be perfect, but that's not how America works. Like I'm just saying, we got to think broader in terms of where we're actually at in the world. Like we keep on talking about our peace, but look at what our peace is. I literally was just riding through the community and I see way more Mexican people sitting on the homes and these steps. And even you just mentioned it on your block. So what does our peace look like when it don't look like us anymore?
Well, we need to say what we want, because one of the reasons why you see a lot of Spanish-speaking people living in these properties because we lost the property. We lost the property. Some people just weren't even able to maintain and keep up with them. Like we always say, Big Mama left us the house, but we ain't even pay the tax. Big Mama left us the keys, but we ain't even fix the lock. Big Mama left us the garage with the car in it, but we didn't even figure out how to put gas in the car and drive it out the garage. We just, a lot of this stuff was just lost. Because people, don't get me wrong, it's not just black people. I've seen several white people. Matter of fact, in my neighborhood where I live, I've seen 4 white people lose their homes. And because their grandparents left it and they lost it. It's stupid. Now, it is one white guy on my block. I remember his grandmother. She died. She left. He made a business out of it, but he gonna get himself popped. He running a courier service. He hustling, boy. He got all types of vans. And he parking them all in the. He strategically parked in a T-shaped alley, and he's behind some businesses. But he used to park all his vans behind. You hustle though. I give him that. But he didn't lose his grandmama out. He obviously ain't do a lot more in his education other than hustle and out there grinding. But,
yeah.
But I'm just saying, man, I don't know. I see a lot of things. And I do see now this is the key here. The difference between what we could have with Donald Trump that we already seen it and what we want to have, I think we're gonna have more of an opportunity of what we want to have. If the House is taken back and we have a Democratic president.
Okay, so listen, this is the thing, right? It's crazy because, like I said, when you follow these things, you following the economic as a whole. So I see that, right? I see all that where she's saying we can get the housing low, but let's be honest. All this stuff is because of the Fed's fund rate. The Feds have already said that they're going to lower the interest rate. So guess what happens with the housing market? The interest goes down. That drives up the attention of the buyers to then want to get a house. So whoever get in office, once the market starts correcting itself and people start buying stuff, they're going to say, oh man, this was a great president. But guess what? I can tell you this, Steve, the people that's going to get that, it won't be African Americans. And that's my whole point. It's like, we're saying we want this, but you're not even prepared or in a position to be ready when it actually come to you. So now you're saying, well, we can get free house for all. You know who's gonna get them houses, Steve? It's gonna be the Mexicans who been doing them low end jobs that you just talked about, who was making their own food, who was buying their own stuff and keeping it within their community and saving their money. They're gonna be the ones that's gonna take advantage of them low interest rates. They're gonna be the ones to do that because unfortunately, we still want to be flashy and fly and things like that. We're not really prepared for the housing market to go back down to regular numbers. Does that make sense, Steve?
Oh yeah, you definitely hit it on the point. I mean, the nail right on the head. That's how it functions. That is how it is.
Okay, so I agree with himself saying. One thing I do disagree with. The people who are going to be getting them houses is not going to be the people that's working the jobs that we don't want or the corn man. Like, it's going every time. Like, I deliver in these houses, and I knew a dude who bought houses. He worked for Pepsi. Anytime there's a Hispanic buying a house, he's one of those second generation Mexicans who come from a first generation family who moved over here, lived in an apartment and got a house. I doubt it's the corn man. You feel me? I doubt the corn man is really that financially stable and that smart to save up all of them $3, $5 and to go buy a house. You feel me? And plus, no one's gonna give nobody a house off you selling corn and you working at a pizza factory putting toppings on there. I think it's like a higher quality of person of intellect, Mexican, that's getting these houses.
Well, I know a Mexican guy named Carmelo. Now, mind you, he was a welder. He was a welder at the company I was at.
There you go. He got a trade.
But you know what's crazy? Carmelo gave up welding do cornholio, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he was selling cocaine, Steve. He was selling coke too. Yeah, he was selling coke. You ain't finna stop welding, making welding money to sell $3 corn.
But you know the markup on the corn, right? He told me, he said, man,
$3.
You get an ear of corn for like 3 cents.
Yeah, on the real, I'm gonna say, when you making corn and the people who be on the street selling fruit all the time, you can smell that fruit. It smell like it's just coming right out the ground. So it's all like what's it called for them? It's all profit at the end of the day. They making it. They might get it from Mexico. They might get it right from Mexico and bring it here and sell it. So it's possible. But I hear what you're saying, Steve. I think people really need to focus on skill building, but also and again, you know, y'all been doing this show for like 4-5 years now. And the main thing that I always just focus on and talk about really is the financial literacy part of us as African Americans. I just really think we should be involved in figuring out how does money work, especially a lot of people on this earth still got 50, 60, 70 years of life in them. And at some point you got to take a transition. Like when I first started getting on the show with y'all, Steve, I was only making $13 an hour. And I still kept the mindset of saving and investing. And like 3 years later, now I'm making 6 figures. But that's because I said what I was gonna do, and I stuck to the plan and the idea of growing my skills, growing my talents, and then taking them and saying, okay, this is what I can provide. But it started with me making $13 an hour. And every time, and I would, you know, every time I come on the show, Steve, I always say, I'm doing this business opportunity, or I'm doing this thing, or I'm trying this thing. I'm always talking about trying stuff, you know. And I think that's one of the things that we sorely lack. We don't have that confidence in ourselves to just get out there and try something, you know. And I get it. It's like, why would I risk my money and but it's like, what else you got? Because the money fake for real. Money, what you know, it's not really real.
I'm back about your business. I just heard a story about somebody that was they had a churro business, and they had a tracker on the car. They tracked the person that had the car, and somehow he detected that there was an accident in the car. So he went and found the car, and then when he found him, he said, "Hey, you guys crashed the car." They were like, "Oh no, we didn't. Somebody hit us." He goes, "Never mind. Give me the car." And he took the car from them and stranded them and left them wherever they were. He commandeered his vehicle back.
Oh yeah. You know, the first thing I did, and again, for people who don't understand business, first thing you want to do is protect your business. I got LoJack on my car. So I made, you know, that was the first thing I made sure I did. If I'm gonna have a luxury vehicle, I got to make sure I'm protecting it. So I got the speed warning and the LoJack. So if they go over the speed warning 3 times, then I put in the contract, you got to give me my car back immediately. Because you went over the speed limit 3 times. Now you speeding in my car. It's not made for that. So it's about, you know, it's about putting those principles and those things in place. But I just say that to say, I'm going to keep saying it and keep pushing it no matter how many years on here. Today is the day that everybody really should start looking into, you know, what the markets is doing. I've been following the markets since late last year. And man, the markets are booming. Everything is up. Why? Because it's the presidential election. You know, they dropping the Fed rate. Anybody who in high yield savings accounts, it's time to start switching your money and thinking about, because they finna drop the interest rates, which means you're not finna get that same, you know, percentage of that interest. I think that's, you know, like the foundation should be, you know, trying to preserve whatever wealth that you're currently building. You know, the money only grow over time. And it's like, I think we just don't put enough emphasis on actually watching what our money is doing, even with houses and stuff. I think that's why a lot of times we let Big Mama house go to waste, because Big Mama didn't understand that this is a financial tool, just like any other tool. If you take care of that house, you could get equity out of that house. But you know, no one is teaching us, okay, when you get in your house, make these incremental improvements. Make sure you keeping this up and doing this. Nobody teaching us that inside our communities.
There you go. You gotta stay on your improvements. You know, I'm glad you did say that. But let me say one thing. You brought up the word LoJack. Man, I ain't heard that in so long. You know who was the first person in the state of Illinois to have LoJack? You know who it was? My brother. My brother had a Chevy. What's the Chevy truck that everybody has? They always have.
The Tahoes?
No. The little one. Blazer.
Yeah, Blazer. The Blazer, yeah.
Out in 88. In 88, he had a LoJack on it. And that car was stolen, and he was on a commercial. He was on many commercials, actually, because he was the first person in Illinois to have LoJack, and the state troops kept locating it with the wheels done. And back then, they used to have the bumper, I want to call it bumper kit on the back with the spare tire, and they would smash the window with that. I don't know how it always happened. But yeah, LoJack, man, you going back like 36, 37 years or something like that.
Oh yeah. I got to track my baby now. That's, you know, my money maker. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes, you know, we just got to focus and shift to what the election or what, you know, a certain president can do for us financially. You know, but we don't own businesses. We don't own things like that. So the conversation really stops at a job. It's like, okay, as long as I got friends like that. You know, they tell me all the time, like, man, Deontay, you got to stop trying to figure out how to, you know, take $1 and make it $2. It's not enough money. That's a little bit of money. You got to stop doing that. And I just be looking at my friends like, but what else I'm gonna do? Like, just accept, like we just gonna live here, just accept that we, like, when we could just do more. Like I said, I went from making $13 to 6 figures. And that's because I believed in myself, man.
You're on the right track. I mean, I can only say you're doing the right thing because I did very similar to what you're doing and have done. But I can go back as far as being 9 years old, and I had $100 in the bank. I had a bank account, although they wouldn't let kids have a bank account back then in like 74, 73, 74. My sister opened it up for me, and I had $100, man. Where I used to go and get pop bottles and turn them in. And I wish I knew where you could get cans, but nobody knew how to do the can thing. They knew it was money in it, but it's something you could do. But we would just do that, and we would hustle and help people and move the groceries, all this kind of thing, you know. And I just saved my money and left my sister in the bank account, and I like to think I still got that $100 from 52 years ago.
You know? Real, ain't nothing like that first dollar you made without outside of having a job, man. Like, that's like the best feeling in the world when you can bring in $1 with your dollar.
And anybody that says duplicating your money is not a good thing, they don't understand.
Yeah, I just think it's fear, man. I know, you know, it's just fears. It's a lot of fear around taking the money you worked hard for. You know, because I know everybody got the I deserve this, I should have this mentality, I should take this trip. But it's like I said, we going to be here the next 20, 30 years. You can afford to take 3 or 4 years out your life and build up your foundation. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have any emergency savings funds. I got $4,000 just emergency fund that I'm just slowly building up over time because I'm interested in building my financial future. Could I take trips? Could I do things? Yes. But I need the next 10 years to be great for me as opposed to just being okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I just encourage everybody to start looking into it. You know, financially, it's a lot of new things that's 2024 where you could just get into that cost little to no money and just start from just the basics. And 2-3 years later, you just don't know where you will be at. You just got to start, though. You know, our people got a problem with starting, you know, because they afraid.
Yeah. Is it fear or just ignorance? Well, I say to the point of this conversation, this year, this upcoming year, I'm going full entrepreneur. So I'm not going to be involved in the community as much as I was. I've been saying it for a long time that I never was going to be here forever. And I started to do some things much recently, which lets me know that this is the right time to go ahead and start opening up my own thing. And I got my book going. My book will be done in October, as I said it would. I got a client that I'm meeting to start coaching, and I'm gonna start moving forward with my training program based off my dissertation. Got some speaking engagements I've been doing, paid speaking engagements right off the rip, you know. So I'm about to go and invest in myself. Yeah. And you do it. Go get this money. Take a leap of faith. And I definitely believe your training is going to come into a big part. Oh, it's already doing the training. Already. People got it. They really don't understand. You know, yeah. We have the training. Yeah. We have the training. Yeah. I've been playing the long game for a long time. It's time now. People gonna pay. Trust me. If it's something of value, they will pay for it. They just have to be value. Mm-hmm. You gotta sell them on the value. That's all. Mm-hmm. And I don't see that being a problem. The stuff that we're working on is most definitely something that we need. There's a fortune. Oh yeah. I was on Arnold's block yesterday, and I was speaking of block club. Yeah, you know, I want to know what you do. Like, yeah, but you need to know how to do it. It's not just live on the block. You got to be a participant. It doesn't take a lot. It's a little bit of participation. And just knowing who the go-to person is on the block. You know who the go-to person is? And there you go. Now you can make some things happen. But a lot of people just don't understand that. But that's all good. We're gonna make everybody. We're gonna get everybody to the promised land. Yeah, that's it. Get them together. Yeah. So he what? Battery.
Well, I have a question for DeAndre.
Yeah.
So you was just saying that you're about to start focusing more on like being an entrepreneur, that you wasn't gonna be in that you wasn't gonna do as much work in the community.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can be an entrepreneur within your community?
Well,
or like oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to just clarify because obviously that was a part of it. Actually, so what I was doing was I'm putting out a series of products and services in October, things that I've been working on over the years. So I have a book that I'm currently working on focused on personal and professional self-development based off all the psychological principles and theory and practical applications that I've learned along the way, which will essentially almost be like a guidebook for those that are interested in that type of development. And that may not be in the community. That could be people that are professionals or other communities. But it's an offering that if folks in the community want to take advantage, they can. Additionally, along with that, I've developed my own coaching technique based off some things that I did while in school. And I have a very unique way of coaching because as a business psychologist, we apply a bunch of different types of assessments that people typically don't take. So it's a newer type of opportunity for development on a different level that people are not accustomed to. So I've developed that. My training for my research for my dissertation, psychological capital, again, developing the resources of hope, self-efficacy, resiliency, and optimism is also unique. Nobody is doing that as well. That'll be a full-scale training program
And I will shop it around to the nonprofit and ask them, are they willing to support their staff, high potential, and leaders that would like to be involved in the training to develop those psychological capacities, understanding that mental health is a challenge right now and access is difficult, but you can also utilize this particular training that can help you with the development of your mental will. So that's something that I'll be shopping to the community. If it's not accepted here, once again, it's developed, and whoever would like to take part in that has that opportunity. And then along with all of those things, I'm creating what I call a pocket coach or a pocket doctor. It's a particular tool that's like a coaching aid that'll fit right in your pocket. So if you want to do something like develop greater engagement, I'm going to show you what that means and give you the tools right in your pocket so that you'll be able to develop greater engagement. So to sum it all up, all of those tools, products, and services they were developed specifically with the community in mind based off all the work I've done throughout the year. It'll be available for community. If the community does not want it, it will be available for those that do. So that's how I'm coming at it.
Okay, I got you.
The battery down. The battery down? Yeah. Dang.
That doesn't matter. We got a few more minutes. So I can go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see I hope YouTube is still.
There you go.
Yeah, right. So anyway, y'all, this is like the last.
You look that, man. Look that.
Yeah. Okay, that was how he gave it to me.
That's in charge. Y'all look at charge.
Hey, y'all. It's been a long 3 years, to say the least, but I honestly believe we're making some headway. I'm seeing some things that are going on. I'm noticing some things that are happening in the community. And, hey, we hear a lot of bad things, but there are some good things, what they say, around the horizon, behind the horizon, under the horizon. And I think we're going to be okay. We just got to focus on what we really want and then how we're going to make it manifest individually and collectively.
Yeah. Yeah, the individual piece matters a lot, though. Can't be a collective if you can't. You don't know how to be an individual.
Yeah.
That's where everybody gets stuck at.
Why is everybody? That's the way it is. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns?
You know what? I should go. Did I answer the question for you, Dr. Raheem? Did you have anything else you wanted me to? Because I know I expounded on what I was sharing essentially in terms of. I know the question was more or less community oriented with being able to be an entrepreneur within it. So did that kind of answer it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I'm really just asking, do you feel like you're able to reach the goal that you have in your head as far as like being an entrepreneur working within the community?
Yeah.
Solely,
oh, yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah. Because well, the one thing is I'm actually set up really nicely to move into that lane. First and foremost, because New York University has offered me the opportunity to consult with them. So I already have a contract on the table that is sustaining. And then there's other opportunities that have already arisen that will allow me to also be sustaining. So it's really like you got a safety net. So it's like if you're gonna do it at any point, you better do it while you got at least the safety net up under you. You know what I mean? And to kick off
Mhm.
your renewal journey with having New York University be your first client, I mean, you can't pass that up.
Oh, that's dope, man. So you was gonna take it? I know you said you got an offer on the table. Are you gonna take it?
Well, I got to do that, and so that's the debate right now. That's the debate. I do work for New York University now. I work as a full-time employee, but we talked about, because of course, now that I've gotten a doctorate, I'm looking for higher levels, higher leverage opportunities to allow me to expand my skills, well, show my skill set first and foremost, but expand my leadership and everything that I've developed over time. And we're looking at it from a position of, if I take a higher level role, am I able to continue to do the work that I do with them? And if not, the opportunity exists for me to be a consultant for them. So it's really boiling down to, what does that relationship look like? And if it's something that I believe to be integral to the entrepreneurial journey that I'm trying to go on, then I absolutely would just go ahead and take that and then start moving in that direction. But I honestly, I think everything is telling me that it makes sense right now for me to go ahead and make that switch over. And I feel like if I don't make the switch, then I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm going to lose out on the ability to create my own legacy, if you will. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, everything she's telling me, like, man, this is fine. You got to do that.
Window of opportunity in the stars. What? A lot of times.
I mean, that's a fact. You know what?
Well, definitely.
Do you all try to I'm pretty sure that you all do, but like the stuff that like you and your brother that you all picked up over the years, do you feel like you could translate that to like the people around you, or have you all had like a hard time doing that, or, like trying to tell people like, do this, do that, but people don't listen?
Yeah, shit difficult. I mean, man, look, I've been around all this stuff long enough, in community long enough to know, yeah, man, people don't listen. Shit. I always say that the difficulty in the community is the will to and want to, and the follow up and follow through. If you can figure out how to get people, build them up to the point to where that is a skill of theirs, then I think we'd be in a different position. I mean, the job that has been done on us psychologically is tough to maneuver through, and so it don't matter how much talking that sometimes you may do. A lot of us are really controlled by the visual aspect. So you got to show them that you're actually doing these things and that it works, before you even do it. And then I myself, I can't even do that anymore. I'm a doctor. As soon as I got finished my doctorate, I was telling I can't remember somebody that I was doing something, and they called me privileged. Oh, what are you talking about? Privilege? I'm from the hood. I was just like cool enough to keep going. Hey, nah, you privileged now. Man.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy talk right there.
No, see, but so on the opposite end, Dr. Raheem, this the other twin. So I just think now from my standpoint, because that might be his, but obviously I'm big on entrepreneurship and finances. That's all I talk about. Like the gist of my conversation is going to be like that. So when I'm around people and I'm having those discussions, me personally, I see where people actually take my advice. Like I said, I think it's because I actually, like, if I'm telling somebody, yo, you can make money by renting your car out, I'll rent my car out and I'll show them the money I made from renting my car out, because seeing is believing. Like my brother, he like maybe the toned down twin, but like he said, like I wear the Jordans, I wear necklaces, I wear bracelets and things like that that's shiny, because our people identify with shiny things. It's just what it is. So if and I say this because I've seen people who didn't know anything about credit. I've shown them how to build their credit. I got a 21-year-old kid, because I work around a lot of kids. I work in construction, so I do demolition work. And the kids that I work around, they're all young. So I've witnessed these kids who didn't have any experience with finances. A lot of them did not have a credit card. I got the one kid, he working with me now. He's been working with me for about 4 months now. Within his month and a half of him being with me, I got this boy, he done opened up 2 credit cards. He got 2 credit cards. He building his credit. Not only is he building his credit, he got money that he's investing in the S&P 500. And he be so excited. He come in, he like, hey man, I bought Tesla. I put $100 on Tesla. I'm up $25. I can't wait to put more money in. And again, the difference, I'm sorry. The difference is that I think because my brother, he has attained a certain level of education that, you know, a lot of times people, you automatically, well, I'm a doctor. That a lot of people automatically be like, well, there's nothing I could do with that. I'm more of like the ground level twin. So I'm still like in the trenches, so to speak, where I feel like I could speak those people's languages and understand them, because I'm around a lot of younger people. So I'm picking up all their verbiage. Not to mention, I have a daughter. My 20-year-old daughter probably got more money. She literally right now has about $8,000 that she's using to save for a car. And she's saving more because these are the things I've taught her, how to have a high interest yielding account. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying I believe it's possible, but you got to not only show people, but you got to be practicing what you preach. Because I practice what I preach and I can show people. I think it has more power when you could do that. So I know my brother's more like technical, and sometimes, and I was telling him, I'm like, I read his book. And I'm like, it's a great book, and I know it works because when and again, everything that I'm saying, my brothers, they can back it up because I was on the phone with them. I'm telling them, bro, I'm listening to Zig Ziglar every day. I'm listening to what's my man, the black dude, I can't think of it, Les Brown. I'm listening to Les Brown every day. I'm listening to Jim Rome every day. I was literally listening to these people every single day in my head, telling my brothers, no, hey man, you got to work on your positive self-image. You got to do this. You got to do this. So when I say I came from $13 to 6 figures, it's because I had to believe I was worth 6 figures when I was making $13. But the only way I could do it was to change my mindset about how I felt about myself. That's why I said I understand us as a people, we got such a low image of ourselves that we don't believe we even worth that 100K that everybody is possible to have, because we look at each other, nah, I can't do that. That's too tough. That's too hard. But you can, and everybody can. And it started just at that first day. And again, I remember I'm making $13, but I only could invest $5 at a time. And again, my brothers them is the witness. I kept telling them $5, $5, $5. I was getting like maybe $200 every 2 weeks for a paycheck. I got 3 children. So imagine I got 3 children, I'm still doing that and still taking the time. So when people, I just say it's just an excuse when they say, well, I can't do it or I can't afford it. If you got $3, $2, and you know you're gonna buy a bag of chips or whatever, put it towards an investment. Start working on yourself. So I believe you can impact people, but you gotta do it with your actions. And they gotta look at you and they gotta see, okay, he got something going on. I want to do that. That's just how our people are.
Yeah. Have y'all ever thought about like collaborating on something? Well, you and your brother?
No, he got his, but he's so focused on his own thing, and I got my own thing going. So it's just we don't even have the time to just collaborate on creating that stuff. He already got everything put together though. So he has the stuff. He just got to put it out. He got the stuff that people need. He got to put it out. When he put it out, I believe that as long as he can inspire the people to follow it, they'll follow it.
Yeah. I was just saying because like I guess you were saying like you are more relatable, like you meet people where they are. And then DeAndre, he had a doctorate. And, you know, sometimes people can be like, you know, like how you said, what can I do with that? I can't, you know, do that for myself. So it's kind of overwhelming or intimidating. So if you all like did something together, you'll be able to reach everybody. But that's why I asked the question.
I think as we figure out some stuff to develop, it will happen eventually. There was a point where we were trying to do financial education, but it was I forgot exactly what happened, but I think it'll probably come back around. But like you said, right now, see, I'm focused on the mental aspect and trying to get people, prepared. You know what I mean? So it'll be that'll be the process. Get people believing in themselves, then do the hands off and be like, all right, they ready. Shit. Now you can go and get them pressed up so they can get their financials up. You know what I mean? It'll be that type of situation.
Yeah, then y'all can get Monk in there so y'all can attract like the far right extremists, the Trumpers.
Listen, and we had Monk used to do the marketing.
Hey, listen, bring something you need marketed, and it'll be marketed. I still do marketing, dog. What you got? Do you got anything right now that I can market tonight?
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Black people got to get some business, man.
No, what I was going to say, but like Frederick Douglass said, man, it's easier to raise strong children than to repair broken men. You know what I mean? A lot of people of our age range, it's over with for them. I'm more Harriet Tubman nowadays. I'm not trying to fight with nobody. That's another thing. My brother, he is the type that will keep telling you the same thing over and over, trying to get you to come to the side. I don't care. I will never try to bring anybody to my side if they're not willing to do the work. I will never do that, ever. So a lot of that's part of it too for me. There's a disconnect because I don't try to fight against anybody's natural inclination to be shit. Like if you have a little glimmer in you of wanting to do something, I'm gonna bring it out. But if you don't, I'm not gonna fight you. But all right, y'all, we at the 8:00 hour. Let's start going around and getting final thoughts. Can't see you on the screen. Oh, Dr. Young, you might as well go. I can see you on there.
Yeah, my fault, man. I'm just getting in the house. Hey, you said final thoughts? Can you say it again? DeAndre, can you hear me?
Yeah. Final thoughts, yeah.
Oh, not too much, man. Good stuff, man. But y'all was dropping some jewels tonight on the entrepreneurial side of the game. Yeah, man. Good show again. Great show.
Yes, sir. Who else on there? iPhone. Who's iPhone?
iPhone is me, DeAndre. This April.
Oh, hey, April.
Hi. Only thing I would like to comment on is our great job to our police officers for the National Convention. They held their ground, and I was really happy when the superintendent got up there and on the news thing that he was saying how he was proud of his officers, and they was asking why he was out there with them. And what I like what he said was, as far as leadership is concerned, is y'all think they work for me. He said, but no, they don't. I work for them. When they need something, I want them to be able to come to me. And I'm out there working with them so they can see that this is a leadership. This is a team. We are a family. We're going to get this done and take care of this. Even though you had comments, people commenting about they was being, they felt the police was being overdoing it. And he said, no, they was. He said they did their job. And even with the journalists, three of the journalists got arrested or something, was in the way. And he was telling them, I want y'all to do y'all job. I want to be able to help y'all do y'all job. But you have to learn that you're not supposed to just walk up and impede and just stand right in front of police if they tell you to step back. He said, so from now on, I want y'all to get them 2 arm lengths. And I was so happy that he was talking about all this and so proud of him of what he was saying as far as being a leader. You get people that work for you, come work for you, true enough, but then you find out you're trying to train them and teach them. Let them show that hey, I want to work for you. Come tell me what you need so I can assist you to be a better person. So that's my comment on that.
Yeah, no, you're right. They did a excellent job. They deserve to be commended for sure. The police, even with COPA, there were only 6 in the 4 days. There were anywhere from I want to say it was 6 to 10. I know there were a couple of days where there were 0, but it was anywhere from 6 to 10 COPA complaints in general. So to have all of them different protesting groups, to have all of these people here over a long 4 days of events from sun up to sundown, to only have 10 complaints is major. They did an excellent job. They are definitely to be commended without question. They did an excellent job. Rev Jakes, you still on? We got Mosaic.
Yeah, man. No, hey, man. Black people need to get up on their money. Share this live. Send it to one of y'all nephews, y'all nieces who watching. We was talking money today. You know what I'm saying? We was paying bills today. We pay a lot of people bills today. You take this information, utilize it, you're gonna pay a lot of bills.
Money talk with the money team. We got Twin. Who are these people?
Yeah. No, AI is big, people. AI is here. It is not going nowhere. I'm not sure how many people are affluent and using their iPhones and Googling things, but even if you go on Google right now, you search in something, it'll automatically send it to the Google AI. So for people who don't believe that the hype train is real, AI making a killing right now. One company that I suggest people keep on their radar, their watch list. I don't know how many people look at stocks or whatever, but I like to get information because it's free. AMD. AMD about a year ago was around $58 or like 2019. It's probably like $58. They're somewhere trading around $152, $53 right now. And they're going to have a partnership coming up with Apple to start integrating AI into like their Apple devices. Now, everybody know Apple is worldwide. It ain't going nowhere. So with an opportunity like this to partner with a company like Apple, I don't know if anybody are familiar with Apple products, but Apple used to partner with Intel. Intel is a computer chip maker as well. But AMD always made faster processing chips, or maybe in the past few years they had. And I know this personally because I worked at Best Buy, and the AMD chips are faster, they're better. So for anybody interested in stocks, interested in AI, add that to your watch list. It's called AMD.
Advanced Micro Device.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AMD. Add that to your list. I don't steer nobody in the wrong, and I don't want nobody to lose no money. So invest at your own risk. However, add it to your watch list. Track it. Just watch it for a few months. I guarantee you, that's one of them ones. And I can show you I can show you. I put my money where my mouth is. I can show you I invested in myself. So that's all I got to say.
All right, money man. Ms. Houston.
Hey, well, I came on late, so I missed much of it. But what I heard was quite interesting, especially about the stocks and bonds and all of that stuff. It's a little difficult for me to comprehend at this stage in my life, but I agree. We do need to get more financially minded and stop so much with the name brand and the hip hop stuff. That's it.
The right way. Barry. Barry Corn.
Hey guys, whoops. Hey guys. Good conversation. Enjoyed. Add my experience. When I was your ages, I found I just had to keep on keeping on. Like Mosaic said, just keep trying stuff. Or was it Deontay who had, Deontay who had said, keep trying stuff. Till you find what works, but what works for me wouldn't necessarily work for you or the next person. I think we all have to find our way. And like Raheem said, my feeling is that there is just tremendous opportunity, especially for young Black men, because there's a lot of Black leadership doing really important work. And I think the opportunity is immense. And to me, the Democratic National Convention, the whole thing is Peacebrook on a national level. And I've been working with lots of good people on Peacebrook on a local level. So my invitation is when you do the individual things that each of you are doing, conceive it as being part of Peacebrook. That's it. Great conversation. Thanks.
Yes, sir. And last, Kiana.
Hey guys, I just want to say great show. I did listen in. I was doing other things, but I was listening. Just another great show, and keep up the good work.
That's what it is. We here. You supposed to do other things while you engage.
That's pretty much. Yeah.
That's what. Get ready for work. Get ready to
go to school. Raheem getting his babies together for school tomorrow. Like, yeah, it's all good. Miss Houston probably cooking cabbages right now. It's all good. Anyway, y'all know.
Next weekend, Danny Davis back to school parade.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. What else? Oh, so I think I mentioned this last week, but I'm gonna keep mentioning it until the day comes. So the 15th Police District Council is hosting our first annual 911 community response training. Every year moving forward on 9/11, these days, we will be having a community emergency response training. This first one will focus on gunshot response. So we have 20 slots. We have about 15 still available. For anyone that would like to be involved in that, please reach out to myself, RSVP. I put your name down. That way I know you're coming. And come learn some skills that can save a life. And what else? I think that's all for me. I don't have anything else. So with that, like I say, we do this show every Sunday between the hours of 6 and 8. We got various ways to interact with it. Facebook, YouTube, Zoom. If you're on the Facebook or the YouTube, you type your comment in, we see it, we have conversation that way, we go back and forth. If you're here on the Zoom, just come off mute, speak your speech, but keep it respectful. We have to mute you. 4 years in, next show. So, continue to share the word, let folks know, that we have some good conversations, and let's continue to grow this thing out. So, like I always like to say in closing, we always got open seats at the table. We just trying to welcome y'all on home. Thank y'all for allowing us to welcome you to Northwest Austin County. Y'all have a good night. Nice. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Yeah, my joint hit bad too, so